Paige, I know you've been asked a lot about it, but now that you finally have played a game against Caitlin in the W, just what was it like? What was the atmosphere like today going head-to-head with her?
You're not going to believe what Paige Bueckers just said about Caitlin Clark. Like, this wasn't a side eye or a vague comment. Nope, Paige went in a clear. And if you thought this rivalry was just for headlines, well, think again. Because after getting coked by Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever, Paige Bueckers stepped into that press room and lit the mic on fire, calling out the disrespect, the hype, and the game that left Dallas looking like a broken team on national TV. But Paige just said has got the whole league turning heads, because finally, someone said out loud what a lot of these players have been thinking for a long time. So sit tight, because once you hear this, you're never going to see Paige the same way again. So here's what went down. The matchup had been hyped up for weeks. Paige versus Caitlin. Basically two college legends, or let's say, two fan bases foaming at the mouth for a showdown. So, when the lights came on in Indiana Fever yesterday, Caitlin Clark practically ran the show like it was a masterclass.
Now has the 5th most double-doubles with points and assists in WNBA. The 5th most double-doubles with points and assists in WNBA.
Her passes were surgical, her steals were cold-blooded, and by halftime, it felt like the Dallas Wings were stuck in a fever dream they couldn't wake up from. The Fever dropped 102 points, which was a full-blown demolition. Everybody on that squad got a piece of the pie. Aaliyah Boston, Kelsey Mitchell, even Sophie Cunningham played like the game was personal. And Caitlin, man, she was everywhere.
Caitlin Clark now has the 5th most double-doubles with points and assists in WNBA. The 5th most double-doubles with points and assists in WNBA.
And Caitlin Clark ended the game with 14 points, 13 assists, and 5 steals.
14 points, 13 assists, 5 steals, 1 block. She was slicing through that defense like it was soft butter on Sunday morning. And with every dime she dropped, every 3 she pulled, you could feel the pressure boiling over on the Dallas sideline. Now, Paige, to be very honest, she did her thing too. She dropped 21 points, stayed locked in, didn't flinch under the lights.
Now, ultimately, she performed, man. She played at a very high level. She had 21 points, 4 assists, and 4 rebounds. She was shooting phenomenal from 3.
But it wasn't enough, because this wasn't just a game.
So I don't care that she has extra points in garbage time. A lot of people are like, oh, she's stat padding. No, you want to keep players in the game. You want to get players to get your rhythm. You want Paige Bueckers to get more points so that maybe she's more aggressive in another game.
Fans, coaches, and even fellow players had very high expectations from both players, Caitlin and Buecker. And that's exactly why people were glued to that post-game press conference. Because when Paige finally sat down behind that mic, she didn't blink or smile. She faced it, and then she delivered a message that made it crystal clear. She's done playing nice. Just minutes into that press conference, the tone was already set. The reporter threw the first question her way.
Paige, the second quarter was a tough one. Just what were some of the things that you saw that led to the Fever having such a significant margin?
Now listen closely, because her response wasn't just analysis, it was a subtle call-out. She took a breath and said,
mostly just transition defense and us not getting back, maybe crashing too many or just not having 2 people back, rushing up to the ball instead of getting back, and then just on missed shots and on turnovers, they just got out and got easy offense.
Well, clearly she didn't sugarcoat a single thing. She did not even attempt to protect her team. This was Paige exposing every crack in the armor. From what it looks like, she thinks the team as whole was nothing but lazy. The Fever outran them, outworked them, and made them look like a JV squad. And who was leading that destruction from the other side? You already know the name. Caitlin Clark. But just when you thought Paige was going to dodge the comparison, or give a canned answer about respect or great competition, the next question hit.
Paige, I know you've been asked a lot about it, but now that you finally have played a game against Caitlin in the W, just what was it like? What was the atmosphere like today going head-to-head with her?
And this was the moment everyone held their breath. You could hear the tension between the words.
Yeah, it's fun. Anytime we can compete against each other. We're 2 competitors who just want to win and who have grown up to be playing against each other, playing with each other.
Sounds polite, right? Now listen between the lines. She didn't say, Caitlin was better, she didn't bow down either. She kept it chilly.
So it's great, and the environment's great here. I feel like every game is a sellout, and so they have a great home court advantage. So overall, yeah, great environment.
Every game is a sellout? That's not just a compliment. That's a reality check. She is practically saying that Caitlin has the crowd, she has the noise, she has the spotlight, but I've been in this battle since day one, and I'm not here to clap from the sidelines. Then came the next question.
Paige, have you talked to Caitlin at all? As she went through some of the injury stuff that she has this year? Have you talked to her, offered any support or anything like that?
Now, this was Paige's moment to show empathy, unity, sisterhood, but instead, she stayed composed, cold, even.
No, I haven't talked to her personally, but I know she's got a great team around her. She works extremely hard. She has a great work ethic, sending prayers. She don't wish injury upon anyone.
Whew, you could feel the shift in the room.
Just wishing her speedy recovery, but no, I didn't reach out personally.
If you know her even a little bit, you would understand that wasn't just a simple no. It's more like, I'm not here to babysit my rival. We can smile for the cameras later. But on the court, it is war. And just when reporters tried to pivot back to X's and O's, asking about traps, turnovers, and defensive pressure, Paige kept it all business.
I feel a lot in the same. I still feel like I could have taken care of the ball better. But two, just making the right read out of the trap, out of them sending a double and then playing to that advantage. So more the same.
But then came the knockout line. When the reporters asked her about the turnovers, especially the ones Caitlin picked off herself, Paige said something really unexpected.
I mean, you answered it. She's just a very smart basketball player, so she'll get out and deny passing lanes. I'm gonna make catches difficult, but yeah.
That's it. No fake praise whatsoever. Was it respectful? Sure. But was it warm and felt like she actually meant it? Absolutely not. Because Paige Balkers didn't come to Indy to be part of the Caitlin Clark show. She came to crash the party, and based on that press conference, she's just getting started. I mean, are we witnessing the beginning of a rivalry that occurs when two generational stars can't share the spotlight? Because if that is the case, it is about to tear through the WNBA for the next decade. But if we're being honest, yesterday was about something bigger than just Paige losing. Because this game didn't just show us a scoreline. It showed us levels. Levels to basketball. Levels to leadership. And yes, levels between Paige Beckers and Caitlin Clark. And before anyone gets it twisted, this is not a Paige Beckers hit piece. Paige is special. We all agree to that. She hit shots in this game that defied logic.
You Paige Beckers fans, 21 points and 4 assists, 4 rebounds. By the way,
she's pure, efficient, and talented. You don't score 21 on 60% shooting with barely 15 attempts unless you're that caliber.
Like, Paige Beckers only shooting 15 shots while she's on 60% is not ideal. Is not ideal. She shot 4 threes, which is great for her. I thought Paige Beckers had a good game.
But let's call it what it was. 15 of those points came before garbage time. She was cooking, quietly, but the impact was just not enough. Now, some people were quick to yell stat padding at the end, but let's clear that up as well, because that is not what happened. The Wings needed Paige to stay aggressive. They needed her to get a rhythm. Because if they're going to win in the future, she's got to stay confident and sharp. Period. Now, the real issue here is, Paige wasn't asked to lead, she was asked to score. And while she did that, beautifully. The rest was all Caitlin. Because while Paige is a mid-range artist, Caitlin Clark is the entire offensive ecosystem.
Caitlin Clark has reached 200 points and 100 assists this season, the fastest to do so in a single season in WNBA history. Oh yeah, folks, this feels like last year, right?
In just 24 minutes, let me say that again. 24 minutes, Caitlin generated nearly 40 points. She didn't shoot well, didn't even try to shoot much, but she still put defenders in rotation, broke down the floor, and dished out 13 assists. And if her teammates didn't fumble wide-open layups, she would have had 16. That is Caitlin Clark for you. You watch her play, and it's like watching the WNBA in fast forward. And that's why this debate everyone's trying to spark, it's already over. So, let's stop the cycle. No, we are not saying that Paige Beckers is overrated. She is a phenomenal player, a future all-star, maybe even a future champion.
Now, ultimately, she performed, man. She played at a very high level. She had 21 points, 4 assists, and 4 rebounds. She was shooting phenomenal from 3.
But right now, there's Caitlin Clark, and then there's everyone else. You don't restart the debate after one good game. You don't start it because someone finally dropped 20. It's like you don't start a corn fairy farm if you're going to start a game. You don't start it because someone finally dropped 20. You don't start it unless a player beats Caitlin Clark consistently and on a winning team. So the next time someone tries to reignite this debate, just remember, you can't compare until you compete. If you support Caitlin over Paige, write Team CC in the comments below to show your support. And for more WNBA updates, hit the subscribe button. We post new videos every single day, so you don't miss out on anything.